Hello, how are you guys? Happy Thursday morning. Oh, I think it's Thursday. I hope it's Thursday because here I am. I haven't even had a cup of tea yet. What the heck? I was goofing around doing some stuff, and all of a sudden I was like, it's Thursday, Lori. What I did was I was actually looking at my whole day, and I was thinking, and then I'll do the live at nighttime. And then I was like, you don't do lives on Thursday night. You do them now. Go, go, go. So, how are you guys? Hi, Vicky. And so I was another minute late because, well, you guys don't care whether I'm late or not per se, but I also was practicing. I'm trying to work with my camera holder to go, what's floating in the sky back there? Did you guys see that? Something just went, I don't know what it was. All right, so yeah, so there we are. But yeah, so I have an unusual idea. It is the ABCs, 1, 2, 3 techniques with me of card making, super fun. And we could do this in a couple different things. Classically, because it's just about December, we should be working with the hanging ornament, which is a super sweet little set. That was good. That has all sorts of good stuff in it and super affordable. So the one plus for sure is that it's super affordable. It is in the mini, so it's easily findable, sort of. Let's see how easily findable it is. Oh my goodness, my nose is. Don't look at my yellow. My yellow tie doesn't match my outfit. Well, it sort of does. Oh, it does. I have yellow in my hair. There we go. Okay. Excuse me for a second while I blow my nose and find this darn thing. I said it was easily findable, and you know I'm going to be able to find it now. This set, and the bottom line is, I was going to work with the ornament, and then I realized the sale's going on. So there's a seasonal sale, and everything in the annual catalog is on sale. Bundles are an additional 10% off, which is kind of fun. So from the annual catalog stuff, right? So I instead have switched gears. We're going to go with barbecue season. I actually really do love the burger, and I haven't used it yet. So we're going to make a card with a burger. The ABCs, if you're wondering where am I going with this, the ABCs is G. Do you guys have any ideas of what G is for? You can chime in. All right, where's the ornaments, you guys? Dies. Ornaments. Why wouldn't I just go to this in the first place? Hang an ornament. Page 44. Why am I missing it? Oh. Okay. This is why I'm missing it. My catalog, which I got replaced from Stampin' Up. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. My catalog goes from page 42 to 51. That's why it's not in this catalog. Oh my gosh. I will say that catalog will make a great thing to cut apart. I have started to look at that. I knew that one wasn't a good catalog. Do you see the big X? Pay attention to your life, Lori. Okay, 44. I was really curious because it's really obvious when you're flipping it, right? Anyways, okay, the cost of it is just $41.25. Like, it's so affordable. It's so cute. So there's a card made with it, okay? So I will make another card with that. I might even make, so if I was a real professional, I've only been doing this for 22 years, you guys. Come on, I'm working on it. But yes, I will make another one of these cards with this one. But we're going to work with the burger just because I want to show it off, and it might be the tempest for you to be like, I need to get that thing. And then you should shop with me and go from there. I'm darkening this because we're getting ready to put this down. Let's go. That was enough of that foolishness. That might take a little while. All right. That wasn't bad. Then it's just Facebook's problem. All right. I even tidied up a little tiny bit. Oh, I love this little truck. Truck might stay there to remind you guys that it's Christmas time. All right. I should have my host code actually here, shouldn't I? Then you know exactly what you should use while you're ordering with me. Okay. So I like this set a lot. I have seen some fun things with it, and I needed to get it so badly that I needed to not use it. No. The one thing that you can think of as you're like, huh? Okay, somebody's gift might be a good Christmas gift for somebody, and you can get it on sale right now. I love the cutting board. So the dies are actually what I love best about this set. And we are going to work on a gatefold card. The gatefold card itself, so G is for gatefold, and the gatefold's pretty straightforward. I have a neat mechanism, so come and hang out with me to watch how I'm going to keep the gatefold closed. Lots of people use belly bands, which there's not a thing wrong with a belly band. Good gracious. Okay, I'll tell you the real truth of why I don't make a lot of gatefolds is because they don't close. Okay, I'm going to step back and then I'll come back to why I love this set. Hold on. I was kind of curious what color I wanted to work with for a base for this. And I'm going to go with, just a stab in the dark, some Misty Moonlight. Why not? So I'm going to cut my Misty Moonlight in half at 5.5 so that I have a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. And then I'm going to bring it over and I'm going to put it in here. So I'm just going to make the classic fold. You can do an offset one quite nicely and all that kind of good stuff. So if I put that there, hi Ellie, how you doing, hon? Hello Keisha. Okay, so we're going to score at 2 1/8. We're making a gatefold card, Ellie. So that's 2 1/4. So 2 1/8 I'm going to score at. And just for easiness, I'm just going to flip it around and score it at that 2 1/8 again. Okay. I always cross my fingers that I had that plan right. Oh, my nails look kind of pretty, except for my thumbs that I picked off. Sometimes I pick at things. Okay. I also probably picked this because this guy will look good on there. All right, so we're going to fold this guy in and little score and press it down. Oopsie. And same over here. So this is the reason that I don't love a gatefold. I'm just going to match that up and press it on the far side of the score line there. Do you guys know that when you score, there's two sides, two edges to the score line? And if it's not meeting up perfectly, it's not that you scored it incorrectly. It's just that 1/16 of an inch, depending on which way you press it down. This guy looks like he's just staggered just ever so slightly. I'm kind of particular sometimes. I already have a fold there, so okay. Okay, so in real truth, one reason why I don't love the gatefold is when you hand it, like when it comes out of the envelope, it pops up, right? And so people put belly bands around them lots of times, and all the decoration goes on the belly band. And so that is one of the reasons that is a problem with the belly band. Now I'm laughing because the solution I have for you today for keeping this closed is super cute. Sort of the same problem though. It's still a removable thing that will make it fall. Some ideas that you can do that I have done in the past is if you put something on this side still, it sort of holds it down, but it's going to pop it up. And I'll show you. This one actually is also a little advertisement for another set that you should definitely get that I've already told you should get though. When I was working with, where's my Christmas cards? This little guy. He's all scattered. He was totally not glued together. I made this the other night. I love it. So this is a totally different card that I'm about to show you. So this is one of the country flowers. One piece of the country flowers has a teapot. So I turned the teapot. It even has the lid on the teapot. The cups come from the Fabulous that everybody should get. What is it called? What is that set called? Latte Love. Latte Love is not on sale though because it is an online exclusive, but those are where those cups come from. And then I've got a little hidden guy. So this is a bit of a gatefold of a sense because it folds open at the gate. It's just got extra folds on it. But again, it's wanting to pop. But I do like when everything's on there so that when you display it, the card is displayed. Pretty, right? Okay. I am going to show you this regardless because everybody does these anyways with, this is driving me a little crazy that it's not just lying flat, isn't it? Okay, there we go. All right, so back to the Bistro Burger. I love this because of all the dies. So there's, you can see there's just words here. Then we got the pickle, that's obvious, the French fries, and the burger. And then look at all these extra pieces. Super fun. Look at the jalapeno and everything. So cute. So I'm going to try and work with some of the extra stuff to make the card snazzy. And then I've got 2 ideas. We'll see how they go. All right. So I say that as I'm looking at this and being like, whoa, this is super cool. I have not pulled this out. There's the knife has the 2 pieces of it. Oh, and I can do something with the French fries. I could actually, oh, I might have a better idea with French fries. Ooh, I have a good idea. Okay, coming to life, you guys. What is this? A little ketchup condiment? Cool. And then I'm guessing these could be little tortilla chips, or you could turn them into a little banner. I'm not sure what they're meant to be. Oh, I'm curious what that guy is. Oh. Oh, and then a flag. You know how you can flag if it's rare or whatever. I get that part. Okay. These are fun. All right. So I was a good girl, and the idea that I had, I'm going to show you the idea, and then I'll show you maybe the finish later. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Go, Lori. Move forward. So that's the gatefold. You can all leave. You'll learn the gatefold. No, I'm just teasing you. I'm going to bring in pieces of paper that are... hopefully, what size is this? That's very small. I'm going to cut a piece of paper that is 4 1/8. 4. I'm just going to do 4. 4. Hold on. 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then I want to cut 2 pieces from the 5 1/4. I want to cut 2 pieces that are 1 7/8 each. I had to do some fast math there. If you're wondering what took me so long in my mind, that's what. And I'm going to run those through a die, an embossing folder rather. Ooh. Maybe this one. I was thinking the swirly one, but I just saw the Simply Plaid or Simply, I'll show you which one I'm going to put it in. Hang on. And of course I choose one that it matters that it's in there straight, so it takes me a couple extra seconds. Okay. Run that through. So I'm just running that through the cut and emboss machine. Cut and emboss machine is one of the things not on sale this month or this week. So there's 13th, 14th, 15th. You should shop today probably for best selection in case things start selling out. We've got, so I ran it through that guy. Hi Marlene, how you doing, hun? And so these pieces are 1 7/8 rather. By 5 1/4, and those are going to go here and here. Okay, so I'm actually going to glue 2. Who am I? I even have the glue right handy. That being said, I had 1 bad glue. Oh, I had, sorry, I was looking away. I had 1 bad glue and 1 good glue. There's definitely 2 sides to this. The biggest thing, if you make sure both sides are the same direction. So whichever side you choose from some embossing folders have choices in my mind, or it quote doesn't matter which way they are. They're definitely different because the impression and the recesses, but just make sure that the 2 sides, unless you're making an artistic choice of having them different, make sure you have them the same side up, right? And then we're just going to glue these on both sides of this. And I will say I just like this side better, so I'm gonna, that's the top of my card. So I'm gluing that in here, squaring it all up. This is part of the reason I don't glue all the time, because I think it's funner to watch taping And then same. Oh, interesting. I guess I better put this the same way if I want it to be half interesting. I did have these mostly the same. Ironically, not exactly, and I never thought of that. When you're putting them in the die folder, you might want to have them, mine might be a 16th of a hair off kind of thing. You might want to have them exactly the same spot in the embossing folder, hey? And I had mine, one was right. And the black lines, the black lines on our embossing folders make it really handy to line up, because obviously this should probably be straight. Probably you could line up on the edge of this guy. Some of them, it's not as obvious. Sometimes it should be straightish, and yet the lines are weavy, but it still overall needs to be straight. But yeah, this one definitely has one straight line there too. But all of ours have a nice black line to line things up. The front of the embossing folder, the piece that should be layered up, in case your layer, it's kind of fun sometimes to emboss designer series paper, which is also on sale right now. Even the families of colored pieces are on sale. And if you're trying to emboss a certain side of the paper, you want it to be facing up to this Stampin' Up part, because that's the front of the embossing panel, in case you're ever wondering. All right, so there's that part. And then I need to have, so I'm just looking at this guy. So I need to be coloring like a fiend on these. Okay, so I cut him out in that color, but I need to have him on white paper. And this, I think, will still work though. Piece of white paper, my black ink. Oh, that's not white paper. Look at what I thought was white paper. That is beautiful silver paper. How silly of me. It was upside down over here. I'm off to make cards with the kids. I've got to still prep for it, actually. That's what I was getting up in my mind to do. I did these to send to the seniors in the city here. The city of Rocky Mountain House. So I'm Lori LaRose. I have Active Stamping here on Facebook as well as on Instagram. This will get summarized into a 1 minute complex thing, so you can either watch the recording, please touch base and say, hey, we watched the recording, that's cool, or such. Good to know that you're hanging around with us. But if you're really like if fast forwarding is even not good enough for you, I do the entire card triple time over on Instagram sometimes, not all the time. I put a couple out. I try. I'd like to. Let's go with that. My good intentions don't always come to fruition. So I'm stamping the guy. What was I going to say about that? There was a reason that I told you who I was. Making cards. I don't know. Do you guys remember why I started? Then I told you who I was instead. By the time I come back to it. Making cards with the kids. I don't know. Sometimes the girls have said we should do, I don't know how many of you remember Paul Harvey, but he used to come on the radio with, and that's the rest of the story, he'd say in his somber voice. He'd tell a story about how something was, and it'd be like, and now you know. Prepping for the kids. I know. Why did I start telling them about me then? How did I link that in my brain for a second? Hey, Vicki? That's what I thought too. I thought that was the last words. I was totally prepping with the kids. Have no idea. Had nothing to do with me. That's funny, not. I have no idea. Oh, gluing. Maybe? No, I'm past the gluing. I don't know. Sorry for interrupting myself. There was some reason that I was going to say something, and then I thought I should. Because of where I live, you guys. So I'm laughing because I actually live. I said for the seniors in the city. I live in a town of 5,000 people, so there's no city. There's no city here. Okay, so now I'm looking for a color to color this. Oh, that's not bad actually. So number 900 isn't bad. The blends, I don't. Are they on sale? Gosh, I'm not a very good demonstrator at all if I don't even know that. I'm going to find out. Let's find out. Stampin' Up. Come to me, Stampin' Up people. I'm going to check that out. One waiting for that. I'm going to color my... I want bright lettuce, not boring lettuce. I feel like there might be a cheese slice in here too. One disadvantage of working with me right this very second is first time coloring this burger. I'm like, where's the burger? Where's the beef, baby? Who remembers that? Okay, so that's why I interrupted myself. I was going to tell you, I'm Lori LaRose. I live in a small town. So I'm prepping. So yeah, I go to the schools. I make cards with the kids. There's 2 layers of lettuce on this sucker. I think I'd rather have 2 layers of beef. There's pickles on here too. All right, I've never looked closely at these, how people have colored them. Pinterest is a vast array of good ideas of things, isn't it? I like taking things sort of with squinchy eyes so that I don't memorize it to heart, but I gather all the good ideas in my brain. And then when I set loose, I'm like, do-do-do-do. I feel like I'd like to know where the cheese is. Don't you like a cheeseburger? Cheeseburger in paradise. Okay, so we make cards. The kids write the nicest notes to the seniors. If you watch me, you've heard this story 510 times, but I tell it 510 times because I love it. It warms my heart like crazy. I'm so lucky to be a part of it. So I get the 3 times like of it. I get the teacher saying, wow, my kids were amazing. Like they said things that I couldn't have even written up on the board. Like their empathy, their compassion for these seniors is so crazy cool. They're so serious about this program. It's so cool. I just love it. So the teachers feel the exact same way. Like they're like, that was so great. Like they're just so excited that their kids are so cool. Anyway, so that's nice. And then the seniors love it. And the kids, when they stamp, of course, they lean forward and they'll say like, the wow, and the look on their faces, wow, as they lift up the stamp. It's the coolest thing. If you have never stamped, you need to find yourself somebody. If you're local to me, get a hold of me and say, come over here, I want to stamp with you. There's no commitment. You just trust me. I'm like on Sesame Street, the guy that's selling you want to buy a letter C with a coat? I'm totally him. Trust me, I don't need to be like, you must commit. You will. No. Okay, so the tomato, actually, I know for a fact I wouldn't have poppy, but poppy would be the perfect dang color for this tomato. I don't have poppy because why? It's probably my least favorite color, and so I don't have it. If we even could get it, I do not have it. Let's put it that way. I know I wouldn't get it. I'm just being completely honest with you guys. We're lucky I have some paper in here. Okay, so I'm going to put Poppy Blends, though, and see if it even knows. I'm searching to see if they're on sale right now for us. Let's see what it says. Oh my gosh, they're on sale, you guys. And they are available. So Poppy Parade, instead of being $15, they're down to $13.50. Yeah. Okay. So I have a double whammy on that guy then. Hey, I might need to buy me a Poppy. What the heck? There's just 2 tomatoes. Oh, all that work for nothing, hardly. Oh, well. Where's the cheese, baby? I nailed the pickles, though. I did mellow moss for the pickles. Nice work, Lori. I have a blends club. It's your own individual club. You set your own pace for it. It's fantastic. I would certainly get going with it right now. You can buy 4 blends 4 times. You get to choose which ones you want to start with. You never have to buy Poppy if you never want to. It's a great time to pick up some of the skin blends if you haven't used the skin tones before. They are fantastic. And I'm going to add a little tiny bit more. I totally need Poppy for this tomato. And I don't even know which parts color different colors, but they're not bad. So you buy four times. The first time you buy the blends, if you already have the lift, I'll give you some different little gift. I like that rhymes. If you don't have the lift yet, then that's your free gift with your first purchase kind of thing. And then you buy your other three more sets of 4 blends. And coming up to celebration, you could wrap it up then. And then you can capitalize on all the other deals at the same time, basically. Okay, so now we need some meat. And this will be interesting. But I'm going to go just with some dark here. Charbroiled yum. I can't even hardly bring in. It's overcast and kind of crazy. I don't know how I can tie this guy. So my challenge out to you guys right now. See, I feel like there's a little bit of cheese. I think it's the bottom of the burger bun, but it can't be. So I feel like there might be cheese, but why would you put cheese on the bottom of your burger? Somebody was flipping this over when they were putting it on. What was I going to say to you guys? Oh, there's a little something there. I feel like that's a little lettuce. Maybe it's just a little juice. I'm going to put a little lettuce. One extra piece of lettuce I missed here. My challenge out to you guys is to Christmasify a set that's not intended to be. That's what that one was with the country flowers. That was a Christmas version of a very summery set for sure. And if you can Christmasify this guy, woo, that's a stretch of imagination. I honestly was like, yeah, for like when you're going, I had no idea. My mind was kind of going to, yeah, you could do that. So I will say the one thing with the skin tones is that they don't have a dark and a light. And so you're kind of at the whims of hoping that it works right. But they do work. It works really good. Look how nice it's going to do. So go over top just the same way as you do and blend it in. Let it get all smooth and lovely. This burger's going to look juicy and yummy. Has anybody ever used like Wink Stella to make it look juicier? I wonder what that looks like. Sparkly meat. People be like, I don't want no meat that sparkles. Yeah, maybe not. I just think I'm trying to get it to look juicy. Oh, I knew that was a piece of lettuce, but it was white. So I nailed it. There, look at me. So right now would be a great time. Today and tomorrow would be a perfect time to, I'm just going to grab the dark granny apple, actually, now that I'm going back in and fussing. Now I'm making a masterpiece. I hope when I cut this out, I don't wreck it, because I'm really liking how it is. I'm coloring away and telling you stories. Good thing, hey? I was going to say maybe that is a piece of cheese. And then all of a sudden my lettuce came to life with a little tiny bit. The blends are so cool. One of the girls that I was making cards with a couple days ago, she's like, oh, how did you get it to blend so beautifully? I looked at her with new admiration. Oh, I said, I have cheater pens, basically. They're called blends. So they just naturally, I do 2 different kinds. She's like, oh, I think I can do that with my, and she did, with her pencil crayons, just doing a little bit different hatching and coloring with a little bit stronger, what do you call it? It was pretty cool, actually. So she showed me, look, I think I got mine blended a little bit too. I was like, you did a great job with that. Oh, that's a good color for the buns. So I was most appreciative of the fine artist in her seeing my blending of my cup. I was like, oh, thank you. She's like, did you color that? You colored that? How did you get the blending? So then I inspired her there. How cool is that? Okay, I feel like I was on 2 stories still. Again, probably not important. But yeah, if you can Christmasify this, that'd be awesome. I feel like there's that little tiny bit of cheese. Coming in with some cheese in a few seconds here. I do want to have a little bit of 2 tones. I wouldn't mind there. Oh, so my blends, yes. At $13.50, a great time. Also a good time to check for your marker nibs and see. I actually should have known that they were on sale because my friend Connie was saying that she threw away her mango, which was a special edition blend quite a few years ago and isn't available as a blend anymore. So she fished it back out of the thing. She was hoping to replace, like it was running out of ink, and she just thought, oh, I'll just get a fresh new one instead because the nibs were broken. And they were also some of our first blends. So then we learned, this is a hack for you, pay attention. You don't need to press hardly at all. If there's ink in them, the ink practically jumps out of the pen onto the paper. So you don't need to press really firm, and so don't. And so don't. I do want this to be dark, so I'm going to color it twice, actually, with the same color once I get it colored in here. So let's see. Do I have one more color that's similar to that? But I'm hoping lighter, and I think this one's going to be darker. That was 500. This is 600, so it's actually going to be darker. So then the darker, well, it's just different. I don't like it. Don't hate it, actually. Actually, it's okay. What does it look like in the darker spaces? It's just a little bit, a smidgen orange. I have an ivory as well. There's a bronze and an ivory, which also can be nice. So if this is 500, where's my 400? 300. So I did the burger in 400, so I feel like this is going to be too dark. One thing to do with these for sure is to have so I want this crevice to be dark, so is to have a little chart and to keep it where you can find it. I had a great chart and I have misplaced it lately. That's okay. All right. This is the ABCs of 1, 2, 3s. If you're popping on here and like, what are you doing? I'm coloring like a fiend. And advertising a sale that's going on just today. So if you're watching this down the road, ignore all my sale things. The blends is always a good idea. So you get a gift with your first purchase, and after the 4th purchase, and that can be in 4 months, up to 4 months later, or it can be, 4 weeks later. You could buy blends each week if you wanted to. I would recommend, I know a lot of people do them about every 2 weeks, the order. So they order the first bunch, they get them in, they're playing with them for about a week, and then they make their next order. And so then they know what they want to add to their set, and they order them up, and they go from there. And they go like that. And then maybe sometimes they take a month in between, they get 3 sets up. Now they've got quite a few, woohoo. They're playing around, and they wait up to like about a month, and about a month later they do another one. Or sometimes I'll be like, hey, celebration's coming, so even if you were buying quite quickly, I'd be like, just wait until now, like now, just wait. Okay, I was looking for a piece of tape. I have all sorts of washi tape. If you too have washi tape, use your washi tape to put your dies on your paper. Pay just a little tiny bit of attention. You need to use up your washi tape, basically. Use it or lose it. It was not meant to linger in a drawer. And so I'm just lining that all up, looking at a few points to make sure that I'm happy with how it's going to cut out, crossing my fingers. Use the tape on the outside, not across your project. And if I cut this off here, I can put it through. I hope I was coloring on screen. Good gosh. Was I off screen the whole time, you guys? Lordy, lordy. Nellie. I'm sorry. My whole thing was coloring, and there I was. I hope I was on screen. Was I on screen enough? That's pretty low. was coloring pretty intensely. I did a really nice job. I always say I color like a grade 2er. Absolutely no offense to the grade 2ers, but I kind of do. This is the little cut and emboss machine, the baby boss. And she does not be on sale right now, just FYI. But yeah, so on the 4th one, you get $25 shopping spree with me. So that's kind of cool. Man, I haven't cut it out perfect. And look, there's a little indent. Oh my gosh. That's so awesome. That's so totally awesome. All right. So the inside, you'll definitely have a piece of paper inside there. A white piece of paper. I guess I'll go get that so you guys can see that too. I think this is one where you want actually a good sized piece of paper. Oh, I was on screen. Thanks, Ellie. I'm going to do that one. So you'd normally stamp on this first, but because I'm going to be lifting this up a few times, I'm going to just glue this down a bit, at least. Square it up in here. All right, now for the secret sauce. Oh, that's what I forgot on here. There's secret sauce on here. I need to put the orange. So yes, the whole deal, the whole plus is the shopping spree at the end. But in real truth, it's fabulous to use. I might end up using that little mango that I just talked about. Oh no, it's daffodil. I'm just going to put, this will be either secret sauce or cheese or mustard. It's probably mustard. Okay, so now this is the secret dealio. And then I think I'll let you guys go. Because I have to cut my class. Okay, you're going to take a couple of the extra shapes that there is. And this one's probably, well, anyways, okay. So you're going to fold them in half. Okay, and if it's not symmetrical, I never even thought of that. I was really lucky. These are symmetrical. Wahoo! Ha! Giving you a whole new idea of things to do. Yay! I'm so excited. I looked at them. They looked like they would work, but just as I went to fold them, I'm like, oh my gosh, are they going to be symmetrical? Because otherwise they won't work. This is so awesome. The lettuce might be just a smidgen not symmetrical. I think it is. Okay, so you're folding those two. Get back there. This little guy might cause me a little angst, and I don't think he needs to be there. So I'm just going to smooth him off of there since he's going to be bad boy. Okay, so fold 2 of them in half and crease them up. And then you have another one. And what I'm wondering is, do I want to do this as well? Just for safety's sake, just because I love this so much, and if I mess up, I want to keep it. So I'm going to pop my painting onto here, but you actually don't need to have a whole extra, but it won't hurt. Okay, see, that's why I don't glue, because you can never find the glue. Okay. Did you guys send me love for my beautiful coloring? I outdid myself. Is it bad that I'm quite impressed with myself? Okay, thank you guys. Throw out the reel, hey? Oh, nailed it for sure. Thanks, Allie. Gee, that was fast. I don't even think maybe I asked for it 3 times now. Okay, so we're going to put that guy on. And then we're going to glue this guy on this side. So we're going to put some glue on here. And you're still like, what are you doing, Lori? I know. I never have a finished project to show you, to tempt you with what I'm doing, because you are learning this live right with me. This is the first time I'm doing it too. It's going to work though. I know it. And then this guy we're going to put over here. Okay. I'll put some glue on him. And if they're slightly not symmetrical, sorta, I think it still would work, honestly. And I'll find out with the fries, because I'm planning to do this with the fries actually in the long run. I'll tell you that. Mostly because then I can have my burger on there, but my fries can come on and off, and they won't be as important. I think the secret to this will be that if they're not symmetrical, this side just smooth so it's not poking out over top, and you're gluing the two sides the right way onto there, so they'll always work. So if they're not symmetrical, just trim this part a little tiny bit, and I think it should work. It's possible that I'm going to need to, no, I won't, because everything will be smooth. Okay, so this is a perfect example. See, that's poking out. So it's halfway. I did everything right. It was mostly symmetrical, but it's not lined up. So I'm just going to smooth that out. I'm 96% sure that's going to work, and it'll make it better, actually. So I'm just going to smooth that a little tiny bit, okay? Because I don't need anything being, oops, silly in the way. Okay, and the other side worked. It was the skinnier side. If I'm feeling it's a little bit, I can even trim those guys off a little bit just in case. Probably want smoother edges than not, I'm thinking. And then we're going to take this guy and we're going to glue him on the back of that. And this is why I glued the very first one, because in case nothing works here, I just save my burger and run. And do a plan D. Okay, so you got quite a patty stack there. Now watch for the magic. I'm going to let that really dry though for a few seconds. So I will leave you guys. I won't continue to decorate because G is just supposed to be for, I mean, well, you're like, what? You're going to leave us stranded? Full truth. Maybe I'll come on at 8 o'clock tonight because I really need to prep for the kids' class. But yeah, I'm thinking this board's long. He's a that way person. So I think in that case, I will have it so that he's right up to the edge and cut off. Well, that's just setting. I will go and cut that out on a really pretty, what color do I want this to be? I think I actually can do this a pecan again. You guys can see the beautiful texture on here. I love it. Oopsie. And the knife would be kind of cool to have too. I would probably shade the knife. I might add a little bit of shading to this guy too. Look at how cool this is. This is awesome. Look how cool he is. He's got all, he looks like wood, hey? And then if you grab a little brown blending brush. Do I have a brown blending brush? I have everything but. Have I never used pecan with anything? I have a little black one, hopefully. I just have to see here. He's a little muddy. I'm using a black brush is what I'm worried about. Just add a little to the edges. Oops. I have to say I'm a little scared of getting the black on here, and I'm trying to be hurrying. But I like the edges being a little tiny bit. Oh, I'm being so subtle that I can't even see it. All right, I'm going to leave that. And then what I thought, of course it folded right where I didn't want it to fold. Because he's going to be flying, I'm going to give you a little hint. I am going to cut a second one and glue them together just so he's a little stiffer, because he's quite flimsy because of all his embossing and stuff. And because it's a gatefold, I'm just going to glue him on this side. And just 1 minute, I'm going to just do it so that you can see. Because he's going to be in the air a lot. So he doesn't have the stability of being glued down, secure. He's going to be flapping in the air. And that's just something I think with a gatefold you want to be aware of. That you've got some stability. And a lot of times we would back him on something as well, right? You guys are like, and it's funny, you can't, I don't know if you can see now or not. I didn't think you could see any shading, but he actually did get some shading, but he's definitely wrinkled. So Sadly, I am going to shade this guy again because it was nice. But I'm going to put this new one, this fresh one on top. So gluing, gluing. Oh, I'm gluing the wrong side, so I will glue it all. That was funny. I wasn't going to glue this in because I was like, oh, and then I'll have 2 pieces that I could use again somewhere else. But no, I glued the wrong side first. So I'm just stacking these up for some strength. Okay. And then when he's on here, I will cut this across here. Yeah, I like him this way. And I will cut him. Like him up here. I think that's about where he was going to get cut. You're like, what are you doing? I just want a really straight line. If I hadn't glued that yet, I would have him there. He's never going to get glued there, mind you. So I would tack him down here is the intention. So I'm just going to hold him in place for a little tiny bit. Hopefully this holds him sturdy enough so you can see what I'm doing. So that's what I mean. With a gatefold, he's going to be hanging out, right? Would I round that? Probably. So you've got to think just a little tiny bit with a gatefold. Again, I'll show you this guy. So I have my teapot. Literally I brought in an extra shape. This guy has nothing. He's doing pretty good. But you just need to be a little aware that they are hanging out in the air down the road. So how's it going to look? That's all. So that does have to get rounded. But okay, now you were like, what is this, Lori? What did you do there? Watch. We're going to have a little slider. If I can get my eyeballs going here. One moment, please. Like I said, I didn't do it yet. I'm just watching how I was supposed to do it. Did it end up getting glued a little bit? No. Hold on. That guy's going there. This guy's going here. The folds are the magic. Come on. Come on, work. It'd be so cool if it works. You know, I could pretend like, oh, live TV, but I could totally have made this once beforehand. There we go. You ready for it? Look at that. Coming right down to here. Oh, you little sucker. Oh, it won't. That's as much as it'll go. All right. So that's a little bit boo because it needs to come down a little bit more. Yeah, it ends up stopping there because that's the whole dealio. Okay. So I'll take that off for right now because that's not good. I have to design it some other way. So when you have this, I could have this like this, but that would be weird. But you can't have anything crossing over because this thing is on the fold basically, hey? But that's kind of fun, hey? So the person, this is like a belly band, except it's not a belly band. But when the person takes it off, then he's gone. And that's where I think, oh. So I'm not sure. And then the person would have to figure out how to put it back on. And hopefully they would be like, well, I took it off, so I must be able to put it back on. But then it's closed all the time. And even if they put it on one side, it would be okay. So this is my challenge with a gatefold, honestly. When I saw that G was our gatefold, I was like, okay, gatefolds are super cool. And then they're like, oh, they need a belly band. And then otherwise the belly band, pretend this is the belly band all the way around, which also would be a great idea. You could texturize the belly band. When you take him off, there he lies on the ground with it. So at least if they're clever, they could put this back on like that for sure. So you could let them know, hey, you could write on the back, slide 1/2 back on because he's part of the card. Oh, that's a really good idea. Yeah. So just write a note saying, hey, that held it in place, but now for him to actually be part of the story. And if that was the case, you'd maybe be able to have a little slit in here so it goes down that little tiny bit. Let's see. Let's try again. Take 3. You guys are like, what are you doing? I'm thinking. I'm thinking like a crazy woman. I totally tore the piece off. This is probably not going to stick at all now. One more second. And I don't have all the rest of the fun stuff, but this is a fun set. It's not about selling all the time for you guys. If you're intrigued by this beautiful burger set, know that you can get it. And you'd have green pickles, and French fries on this thing too. And you'll see the finished card down the road and it'll be like, oh, Lori, you nailed that. Okay. Pretend that works. Then I feel like this could slide down into that thing. Anyways, it won't right now, but you know what I'm trying to do. Okay, so there we go. There's the fun little, that's my lever. That's my take on the Gatefold card. Come off of there, you silly tape. You already wrecked the stuff once. I have tape all over the place. Again, little slider is the whole cool thing. Dude, and you can go back on the replay to see, how did you stack that? I was wondering what you were doing, so I didn't pay attention. It's all about having a closer for this dang card. And 11 bells. So there we go. All right, so decorate as you choose. This guy is on sale. Think about the blends with them being on sale. It's a great time to get started. You have 4 months to complete it, but you can complete it as fast as you want. So you could do now and then January, February, and do 2 in February and be all wrapped up with the bonuses. When you're buying the blends generally during celebration, oh, not quite. Celebration is increased to 75, so you'll have to buy some gems or something with your orders to earn something free. But then during the Blends Club is when you hear me really going to town, usually with the celebration time, is because with each club purchase, you earn a prize, like a Stampin' Up! Or a Stampin' Up! Celebration reward as well. All right, I hope that this was kind of neat for you. That's the ABCs today. G is for a Gatefold card. And there are 1,000 variations. If you do a Gatefold and post it on the Creativity for Everyone, we all benefit from your little folds. There are several out there. There's off-center ones, there's center ones, and then there's extra fancy fold ones, but they're all essentially a Gatefold card. And they're super fun to work with and kind of playful. So go for it. And, oh, there's also like this double Z and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. It's going to be a great day. You make it so. And I'll see you guys. Oh, what did she say instead? Attach. Help hold the card closed. There. Attach the board to the right-hand side and help keep the board closed. Oh, yes. Hang on a second. Where's that board? Connie is saying if I glue it on this side, especially if it's tucked underneath there. So she's saying, totally don't do this thing at all. Have him sticking out over here. Totally, this is totally another way. Stick him out over here. Stick this guy on this side. And then that will keep the card closed as well. And then when you go to open it, they just have to carefully do that, is what she's saying. And you absolutely can have a little closure. In this case, you'd want, this one would be a little tiny bit, Connie, a little tiny, because he's so far along. It's almost too much of a latch, I think, underneath there. Most people would feel a little uncomfortable, maybe. So he might not be able to be not as far along as we want, for sure. So again, the idea on this card was that that little guy right there was my closure for this. So I have him there, and I'm totally That's how I'm trying to keep my card a little bit closed on this one, is because he tucks underneath there. So that's what Connie's saying about that. And she's totally, totally right. You just, when you're doing it, you just need to be cognizant of, and that's, I'm thinking I could have him, I'm still almost thinking I need a pickle or something holding it, and everything flips open except for the pickle holding it down off, like the knife maybe. All right, there'll be a part 2 to this of how is another way I can close this gate. But the slider was cool, don't you think? Again, I have a tough time when the slider's gone. But the plus of this is that if you communicate with a person, they would be able to put that back onto the card, because it does stay on there quite nicely. And honestly, if it didn't, you'd be like, stick a piece of tape on there. No. Okay, you guys, I'm out of here. Thanks, honey. I really like the slider idea. I thought it was kind of cute. It just like the belly band, the slider, once he's off, he's gone. But if they can figure out to stick it back on to be part of the card for it to display, you guys can't see. Oh, thanks, you guys. Pretending that's standing up, then he's still on the display. And he's really quite firm on there because it's pretty tight. So that's kind of nice. All right, ladies, I will do a finished card of this eventually, and we'll go from there. Well, I hope you had fun listening to my babbling stories. You know, so I love coloring because half the time I'm like, oh, in a little zone, and then there's all of a sudden there's a little, I gotta go cut cards. So I better get off of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Yes, afternoon challenge, you guys. Post them on Creativity. Bye.